Evening and night, whining with drills and the tap of hammers in the Spitfire factories. Only by 24-hour effort can losses be made up, and one day, God willing, can the defensive be abandoned for the offensive. Full time, overtime, double time. Keep it up, Mrs. Smith, or is it Miss? For the Battle of Britain is your battle, too. While the factories hum, below the world's greatest city, a host settles to sleep deep from the fearful night. Burrows for human beings away from the bombs and a rain of steel from the well-meaning guns. London is an open city, a city open for battle. Isn't that the tea train coming around? So wake up, Mrs. Higgins of Bethnal Green. Tea's up, ducks. Drink it while it's nice and hot. Nice and hot. Any night, any time. Summer 1940. Fire and flame. Death and destruction. Sleep on, Mrs. Higgins. You'll need all your strength for tomorrow. (1940). Any morning after in London. Or is it Coventry, Bristol, Portsmouth, Liverpool, Belfast, Birmingham, Plymouth, or Glasgow? There goes your neighbor, Mrs. Higgins. And me speaking to her only yesterday. Yesterday, Mrs. Higgins. Yesterday was the old order of things. Today is different, just as tomorrow will be different, because it has to be. Yet with each dawn's fresh havoc, wonderful how habit survives. It's hard to kill the regular life of a great city. Hard to kill the habit of after work in the morning. But what unfamiliarity to be found on your too familiar journey. Holes where there were no holes yesterday. No houses where yesterday's houses. Broken mains, squirting water, sewage, gas or fire. Under one's feet, the crunch of shattered glass, like walking on a pebbly beach. No wonder I couldn't get a number 15 this morning. Good morning, toilers of the night. Time you were in bed, you've earned it. Good morning, Mr. Morrison. Big night for your fire service. Any time, summer 1940. A Britain standing alone, yet learning with each dawn new lessons on how to go on as though nothing was happening. For Britain, like the number 15, just had to go on. They've shut off Regent Street and Piccadilly this morning. Unexploded bomb. But it's being steamed out nicely, they say. Soon be made harmless. But they're right to keep the streets closed. After all, you can't be too careful. Dear me, no, you certainly can't be too careful.
Hello, London, are you ready? Hello, New York, this is London calling. Oh, yes, and Mr. and Mrs. Vaughan are here in the studio, and all ready to go ahead. Mrs. Vaughan's going to speak first.
Hello, darling.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Your mummy's looking very pretty, young'un. She looks grand. Come on, Mrs. Vaughan, say it. Mr. Vaughan, won't you say hello?
Hello, darling. Have you been skating, darling?
Well, if I skate, I only go up.
Oh, really? And now, with us are Linda and Geoffrey Calton. They're going to greet their parents in London. I think first we'll have a little word from Linda, who's the young lady of the house.
Hello, Linda. How are you?
Yes.
Are you? Are you and Jeffrey having a good time in America?
Yes.
Thank you for those towels you brought me, Linda. They were lovely.
Ah, here's Mr. Spooner in his Air Force uniform, and Mrs. Spooner looking frightfully excited. Go ahead, Mrs. Spooner.
Hello, John, darling.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, thank you. I weigh 90 pounds now.
Do you? That's splendid, isn't it?
Yes.
John, here's your daddy practically chewing the microphone to get in.
I'm just finishing 7 days leave, John. Would it be nice to get your bedtime this time?
Yes.
Oh, can you talk away, John? You used to talk plenty of time. Mummy wanted to do it all this time, yeah?
It was 28 below yesterday.
Beg pardon?
It was 28 below.
That's a long way down, isn't it?
Yes.
I thank you very much for the photos you sent me.
You're welcome.
And the parcel. And the parcel.
You're welcome.
Well, goodbye, New York, and from all of us here in London, thank you for everything.